Hello and welcome to Furryearsworld, where we're back in the Stone Block 3 land. We were up there. We were up there last time doing those two machines. It feels meagre. It does feel meagre. The resource we have hewn there feels meagre. And I had thoughts. I had thoughts in my delicate little brain about how we were going to proceed with this, and I'm not convinced. Still not convinced. But what we do need to do right now, is take a pipe out of there. Possibly down to the floor, so that it doesn't hook up with anything else, and then into there. And the front of this is going to be the output, I believe. So we've currently got output on the back, which is fine because nothing's connecting to the back, because we've got that pipe going straight past. That's fine. We could conceivably have done this on the back, but I don't really want to do this on the back, so we're going to say that the back is nothing. None. And the output is blue on the front. Then we're going to set this to extract. And that should be set to input. And that should appear in there. So the refined obsidian dust is populating this machine. So in this machine we've got diamond dust going in. In this machine we're making refined obsidian dust. And in this machine we're populating the refined obsidian dust. I'm worried about the diamonds. Just a little bit worried about the diamonds. I don't think it's going to be bad, but it could be bad. So that is now making this machine viable for sticking stuff in that requires refined obsidian dust. This one is going to be taking redstone, coal. We haven't got enough machines, have we? We need another machine. We does need des autres machine, because we need two for coal. For making steel, we're going to need two machines, I think. Unless we just dump I'm trying to think of a way we can cleverly loop one machine. It's going to make it take longer, which we don't necessarily want. So it might just be better to maybe go on through the wall a bit more. Because I think if we try and do shenanigans here, things are going to get in the way. So let's go on through the wall a little bit. I think we did this last time as well, because this machine just keeps getting bigger and bigger. That's technical. But I don't mind bigger. I'm not afraid of bigger machines. Everything has to get bigger with time. So it just makes sense that the machines are going to go that way too. In order for us to achieve all our great victories that we need to achieve. Because we need to achieve great victories. We have filled our inventory with cobblestone again, and I hate that. I hate that so much. In this mod pack, it's something that disagrees with me strongly. All of the materials that we are gleaning that we don't particularly want to glean. So we're going to bring this along one more. Our next machine that we don't own yet. We don't own that machine yet. It's going to be there. And that, I think, is going to be our coal machine. I think that's going to be the way forward. No, not the coal machine, the redstone machine. We'll put the redstone machine down there. Then stuff and things. We may need to do... I'm thinking we might need to do 2 redstone machines. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We've got capacity here. Ideally, we want one machine doing one job. But then some of the jobs we need to do require going through that machine twice. And that's going to introduce bizarre loops that I'm not hugely comfortable with. We can get away with it, don't get me wrong. So on this one we need an input, which is going to be... what is it going to be? What do we use to attach to crafting doohickeys? Pattern providers. It's going to be a pattern provider and an output bus. Which we could take out the... doesn't really matter, does it? Because we might want an import bus, a pattern provider, and an export bus on this one. But that's okay, because we've got 3 sides we can use on this one. Okay. Oh, we need to plug in something else as well, don't we? We might need to use the front. Because the top is going to be any shutdown we want to do on it. Any level-related shutdowns. I'm going to kind of hope that we don't need to do level-related shutdowns, but we'll see. So we need what? What do we need here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 import buses. We might set up a recipe for import buses. And some of the other buses, not import buses, pattern providers. Pattern provider. Yes. I'm wondering if I can just go ham on the pattern provider. It doesn't look like we've got a recipe for pistons yet. That doesn't look like we've got a recipe. Pattern provider is ME pattern provider. Okay. I'm assuming that's what we need. Everything in there is doable. So if we encode that, that's something we can throw upstairs. If we look at the import bus, and encode that, we are running out of space quite hard here. That's fine. We knew we were filling up on cobble. No, we didn't want to throw that on the floor. Much fun as that was, you know, it's nice to be a little bit leery at times. I need to be careful around here that things don't get picked up by random machines. That's going to ruin my day. So that top one is what we want, and we just bag on that. And then there's the export bus, isn't there? Export bus. And that's that fella. And we can encode that. So we should be able to just request those now. I think every part of those is makeable in the machine. So as we add these recipes, everything should be generally makeable. How we look along here? That one's got a little bit of that in, that's got that in, that's got that in, so we don't really want to touch them, so we'll probably start on this side. I think that might be viable. We're going to double up on these, don't get me wrong. We are going to end up doubling up hard on these. And that goes in there. And they'll need to be recrafted anyway. We might need to make a recipe for the crafting tables, because crafting tables are a critical component of that, and I'm pretty damn sure we haven't encoded that. Did we make any blanks? We did make blanks. Can you make me 10 blank patterns? Off you pop. Start. 10 blank patterns. Perfect. That's so easy now. That's just so easy. So we want to look at crafting table, which is going to be cobblestone, a book, a book, a book, a book. And that makes that. We can encode that. Job's a good one. That could go with something that we've already put in, because that's a basic recipe. So it doesn't really impinge on anything else, ME. Maybe in there. It might impinge on that one. It will impinge on that one. I think it's going to go in the first one, because it's less impingy there. There we go. That should be good. So we should now be able to request all 3 of those buses. Should. So what have we got here? We've got these. So can we craft, what did we say? 5 of them? 5 of them? Or do we only need, we don't need to do the, yeah, we only need 4 of them. Craft me 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. then I'm a little worried about the pistons, because we only got one sticky piston left, and they are non-craftable. We have got some slime balls, but probably not enough slime balls. We do need to find a way to automate slime balls, and I don't think there's a slimy chicken. More's the pity. Love me a slimy chicken. Let me just do that. Oh, do they not stack in there? Great. Alright, we'll be coming back to that in a minute then. Export buses. We probably want 4 of them again. And that's just straight up pistons. And we've got those. So that's 4 of those done. And then the import buses are going to break, aren't they? So if we grab on them and them, and we can make one. Hello? Are we saying no to that? Alright, okay, cool. Let's use the bottom thing, because I'm happier with the bottom thing. Clear that out and say piston and slime ball, and that makes that, and we want 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And then the import bus, we've got the export buses, so we probably don't need that many export buses, to be honest with you. But we do need these, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, because these suck in to the system. We don't want open-ended sucking in. That's one thing we want to desperately avoid, because that's going to break things in ways you cannot possibly imagine. Which you know, fastidiously we want to avoid. Breaking things in ways that you can't possibly imagine. So let me see. Into this one we want a pattern provider. Inventory is a gargantuan mess again. Pattern provider, pattern provider, pattern provider. They've all got pattern providers. Nice. This one down here will need a pattern provider too. Good. And then we want export buses put the raw ingredients into these ones, don't they? So I'm going to say export bus for raw, export bus for raw. You don't need raw going into you. You don't need raw going into you because you've already got it. These are just taking coal and redstone. That's fine. But it might not do. That's going to go into the wrong place, isn't it? We might need export buses on the front of these as well, in case we need to do loopbacks. Like that. Alright, and then we have import buses. Bosh. Bosh. You need an import bus. And you, my friend, will need an import bus, which will have to go on this side for reasons the stuff. Is that what we've set to be the output? Input is red. The back is output. Okay, we've got that round the wrong way. Let's change that to be input and that to be output. That's better. Have we done that on all of them? The back is none, and the back is going to be the input. The output, I've said the top is the input, which is wrong. Output is there. That's fine. This one has a little bit of everything going on. The front is an input. That's fine. That side is an input. That's fine. The back is an input, and that side is the output. That looks right to me. And then hopefully this one will be the same. Oh no, the back. Back needs to be an input, doesn't it? I'm just randomly clicking things here. The top is nothing. That's what we need. Good. And then the same on this one. The top needs to be nothing. Good. And then possibly we messed this one up too. No, we already set that one. That's fine. So how many devices have we got here? We got 2 on that one. 1. Can't get through there. Okay. We know there's ones on the front of those. So we got 1, 2 on that one, 4 on that one, 4 on that one. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 12. We're using currently 2 on this line. But we may end up putting some... So we can bring that back and around here. So that should be able to take a recipe and then dump the output, which is blue, out that side. That's fine. I'm assuming auto eject will work. So that's now got 4 on it. If we do 5 and 6 on those, we probably don't really want to touch that cable again. So let's start down this end, because the 8 around this will utterly fill a single cable, and we don't want to do that. So break that glass out. We can't get out of there now. That's broken me. I can't. Damn it. We're going to have to just fall. Don't go in that hole. Just there's a word of warning there for anyone who might be interested. Don't go in that hole. That hole is a bad hole. You can't get out of that hole unless you want to just fall. And falling isn't always a good answer. There are probably better answers in the world than just fall. Let's pop that glass back in. And then we'll take a cable up here. And we are going to go in between those two. Like that. And then we're going to go this way. Like that. And do we come through the middle and onto the front of these two? Because that's connected up to... What we don't want is this to connect up to that. So we might need to do some shenanigans here. That might actually be wrong. Let's break this out. I don't think I got that one back, which is a problem. Placey. It's kind of good enough. But there might be a cable down there somewhere. We are currently out of cables. So what we're going to do is take this up and across the top, and that should give us this down connection here in the front, and that way we can bring another cable up here and do this lot. Is what I'm thinking. There's a lot of careful wiring going on so that we don't link things that are then going to, make us very, very sad about stuff and things. Can I have, je voudrais, I would like more of these, please. Can you do me 40 of those? That's quite expensive. That's going to negatively impact my flux crystals somewhat. There we go, 40 of them. But none of the lights are on, so we're good at the moment. Those lights are my stop being an idiot warnings. When the lights are on, we have to stop being an idiot. Now, this is hard for me. This is hard for Furriers to genuinely stop being an idiot. Because I don't do that well. Okay, that's gone up. Good. So that goes up there. We come across the top like this. And then we can come down onto the front like that. Can we do the same there? So we've connected 1, 2... 6 onto that cable, and we've got 7 and 8 there as potential triggers. So we can bring a cable up here that can then connect onto that and that without negatively impacting anything over here and there. Perfect. And then it needs to come through the middle like that. We possibly need a cable above that, but if we take a cable up there, it's going to link to that, so we'll have to take a cable up somewhere else. Here, for example. like that, and then we can pull that across the top. So if we do need the means to shut these off, we have got the means to shut these off. I think we've got a surplus cable there. That one can go. There's no point in having cables we don't need. Right. I think we're good. I don't know what we just put onto this line, but I think we're good. So we need the export bus, which can export one item at the moment, but we can bling that up. And we may very well need to bling that up. We can put that export bus to export coal and redstone. And then our mechanism system is kind of ready to roll. You can have those back and some other stuff, probably. I've now got some stuff in my inventory. Oh, there's that cable. That's a spot of luck. Let's go in this water and get rid of that and that. It's a diamond. I know, I've just thrown a diamond on the floor, but I think we've got enough diamond at the moment. Stuff going on up there tells me we've got enough diamond. So what did we want to do? We wanted to export coal. A little bit of coal. And a little bit of redstone into those machines. And we need to make sure we're doing into the... yeah, because that's why we've put export buses on the front, isn't it? Let me see. So we have got the front is an input, that's fine. The side is a yellow. And the back is an input too, isn't it? Am I right? 3 inputs? No, the front's an input. We don't need the bottom's power. The bottom is power. The bottom is energy. That's fine. So we're inputting potentials from the side. The back. The back is recipes going in. The front is incidentals going in if we have to do a loop around. That's right. So if I put coal in there now, well, let's do redstone in that one. That should now populate this with redstone, and that will fill up this bar. That's perfect. Then on this one, we need to do the same. So that is yellow. The back is an input. The front is an input. Yes. So this one can have coal. And that should start populating this bit down the bottom. That's perfect. That's doing that job. That's doing that job. How is this doing? It's struggling, but then that's because this is taking everything that it's making. This is slowly filling up, but very, very slowly, because most of what's being produced here is going into this one, which is going into this one. But it's all backlogging ready for us. It's getting its shizwaz together, ready to help us out. So if we say on this one we want steel, I'm not sure what we'd put in there. I think it's going to be a case of... Let's have a look at the steel recipe in the metallogenic infuser. Infuser. The recipe for this, its uses, what it can do is... We want to look for the steel recipe. We may have passed it already. Refined obsidian dust. Steel grit is enriched iron infused with coal. Enriched iron is iron infused with coal. So what we'd need to do is say to the system, if you want steel ingots, you need to put... Oh no, it's going to be steel grit, isn't it? All we're going to get out of this is steel grit. So the recipe will be a crafting recipe that says, if you give me 10 iron ingots, I will give you 10 steel grit. And then we just need to loop it. That sounds complicated, doesn't it? I'm sure we can do it, but it sounds complicated. Right, you can have that. This coal can go over here. Down my love chute. Down you go. Down you go. There you go. You've gone now. We didn't need you. You've gone. So we want to say there's a recipe and it's a process pattern. Yeah, it's a process pattern whereby we give you 1 iron ingot. Oh, we need to actually make one, don't we? Shazbat. Where's our machines? Over back here. One of these should be a coal machine. One of them should be. That one. Ah, steel grit. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Then we're probably just going to need to dump steel grit into a furnace somewhere. And that will make steel, and then we don't need to worry about the logic there. I'm in the wrong machine. This machine. And you're going to give me back 1 steel grit. So that's 1 iron ingot, and you're going to give me 1 steel grit. We're going to encode that recipe. The problem we've got here is going to be one of enriched iron. Because if I put that recipe in there, like that, this thing is going to make enriched iron, which is what it's supposed to do. It's not going to make the steel grit, so we're just going to ask, in fact, can we quickly make one? Have I got an iron ingot? I have got an iron ingot. Let's quickly knock out an enriched iron. I feel like this is going to work, but I also feel like I'm making a mistake. I've not used enriched iron for anything yet, other than making steel. So maybe it's the right thing to do, maybe it's not. So we need to tell the system, if you get an enriched iron in your ME system, shove it straight back into that machine. Just double down, shove it back into the machine. The same machine it came out of. Job's a good one. And this is where the looping comes in. So we're saying to you, you take those. So if we get any of those in the ME system, it'll shove them into here and that'll process that out. So now, in there should be a recipe for steel grit. Then shenanigans will take place and then win. Yeah? So if I put that in there, that's gone instantly. And we've got 1 steel grit. Perfect. So if I now craft 100 steel grit, it's going to put 100 iron ingots into that machine upstairs. We should start seeing things flickering on the screen. Yeah, here. They're appearing here, look. Yeah, it's flickering too quickly. But the steel grit is going up. How are the diamonds looking? Oh, diamonds are fine. Coal's a bit bonneted, but diamonds are fine. Redstone's a bit sore as well. So that's now making steel grit for me. That's making 100 steel grit for me, which is just wizard. That's amazing. So that works. That's making the steel grit for me. I'm guessing we're going to need more than just that, but we might need a separate machine if we need other products. The problem we've got is those infused irons. That could be problematic. I'm not sure. We'll have to live with that one and see whether that one becomes an issue. I'm concerned that it will become an issue. If we suddenly have a need for infused iron, we can't get it. It's not a thing we can get. That's not tenable for us. But this is going through okay. I suspect it's not put any effort into... Let's go and have a quick look to see if it's done any load balancing. We asked for 100, and a stack is 64. So it could have spread it across all of the ports in there. It didn't. That's fine. It's doing the job we asked it to do. And that's okay. Yeah, it won't backlog at all. That is doing what it needs to do. I'm concerned. I have reservations. I may have made something there that is not going to be effective for long, but it is currently effective. But that's the end of the episode for now. That's a complicated wiring mess we've thrown in there. How many is this? Yeah, so we're on 18 on that one now. That's gone up to 18 with the addition of all that nonsense up there. So, from Furryearsworld, thank you for being here. We're going to go with a cheery old ta-ta for now.